Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and we're going back over to the Brewdog Brewery and we're looking at a bottle of the Kingpin, the 21st century lager, clocking in at 4.7%. Picked this up from a local Asda, and best before is the 16th of the 8th 2018, so I'm not too sure how fresh this one is. Yeah, I'm not going to read the spiel on there because I always put the links down below. I've got something to confess. This is actually the first time I've actually drank a Brewdog lager. From the whole, different variations on it. I don't know, it's just never really been like on my to drink list, to be honest, when it comes to Brewdog. But I was picking some beers up because I was doing some cooking and I needed a couple of beers for them, and I thought, I'll make the most of the like £4 for £6 offer. So I just picked one up, and yeah, I think pretty much everyone who I follow and my good friends on BeerTube have reviewed this one, so their reviews will be included down below. But yeah, the Kingpin 21st Century Lager, I'm not too sure where they are with the lagers now, because I think they're Zeitgeist and other sort of stuff, and this is lager. I'm not too sure. But yeah, really nice looking artwork, nice and vibrant, nice and yellow, and there is a really cool vibrant crown. So let's get this beer opened and see what we get. And didn't want to use that glass, so please bear with me. I don't know if you could see me then. Whoops, knock it into everything. I haven't even had a beer today. Using my Brewdog glass, which I've had this for a few years now, and it's a faithful one. Anyway, let's pour the beer and see what we get. So, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of lagers. One of my favourite encompassing styles, because you can go in so many different directions with a lager, especially from country to country, it seems. I mean, come on, Hellas beers, Doppelbocks, Dunkels, Weizen, there's so many fantastic variations on the style just in like a country like Germany alone. So yeah, we've got a sort of craft lager, and hopefully it's not going to be abused by hops, because you know that I hate that by now. So this is pretty much straight out the fridge, as you can tell by that chill haze. And yeah, beer is, aside from the chill haze, pretty damn crystal clear, as you would expect from the style. Lovely crisp golden colour to it, with maybe some slight amber hues in there. Beer didn't pour with any head whatsoever. I think it's because it was delicate pour, not down to conditioner or anything like that. But that being said, nice slow carbonation. So it certainly looks good. Let's see what we get on the aroma. And there's really not much to it, which is a good sign, because you don't really get too much from a lager in terms of the aroma. There is like a very subtle citrusy hop character coming through when you really sniff, but you're primarily getting those like nice crisp malty characters, very biscuity, like almost like torrefied wheat aroma to it as well, grassy, herbaceous. A little bit of like a honey-like sweetness in the background. Yeah, it's really not an amazing smelling beer, but when a lager's really amazing to smell. So it's pretty much on point so far. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Yeah, it's not a bad lager at all. Thankfully, you're not getting bombarded with American hops. You get a little bit more of a pronounced hoppy bitterness on the back end, as you would, let's say, a lot of the traditional German lagers. And I keep going referencing German lagers because, yeah, for the past 5 or 7 years, it's quite a jump. 5 to 7 years, I've been in heaven back in Germany, just drinking all these really lovely traditional lagers. And a nice little quest for me being back in the UK is trying to find a nice, honest lager that doesn't stray off into hoppy absurdity or go into like nasty adjunct territory. And yeah, this is pretty much what I would expect from a lager, to be honest. Light mouthfeel to it. Very crisp, very refreshing. A first quencher for sure. You could drink this at the height of summer, but then again you could have a 4-pack of this in the middle of winter in a little bit of a session, and it's going to get you through the evening. I have heard people criticising this beer, but you know what? They've actually got the style dead on for me. I'm not too sure what sort of lager they were going for, but yeah, it just reminds me of something that I'd have back in Germany, which is always nice. It doesn't actually give you a country on the essay that is on the bottle, as we've all come to love from Brewdog. But yeah, I quite like this actually. It's a really solid craft lager that is surprisingly steeped in tradition. And I don't really mean that as a dig to Brewdog, because, you know, I know some people will argue this point, but they are, you know, a somewhat forward-thinking brewery. And some might argue that they've become a little stagnant in recent months. I, for one, am still impressed with a lot of their beers. I mean, Elvis Juice is just, for me, the best grapefruit-infused IPA on the market in the UK. And you know what? I'm happy to try as many as I can to overthrow that beer off the grapefruit IPA throne, because that's probably my favourite sub-style of IPA. There's just something satisfying. But this, it's an honest, simple lager. The only thing that would probably work against it is the price point. It's about £1.20 to £1.50, which in itself is not bad at all. But then I'd probably, even here in the UK, go for like a big 500ml bottle of the Warsteiner, which is, you know, I think about £2. But yeah, I'd happily have this one again. Very pleasantly surprised by it. I really enjoy the honesty and in some ways mediocrity of it, because that's what you want with a lager. You just want something to knock back, knock back, knock back. If you've got mates or family members who, you know, love their like Carlings and that sort of thing, and you want to try and get them into craft beer, start them off on this, because it's a very familiar flavour profile, but it just has that quality to it. Yeah, I really, really like this one. So in terms of a rating then, on Brewdog's Kingpin, price and maybe a slight water on the back end, that's really the only nitpicks with this one. So I'm going to happily give it an 8 out of 10, and it's one that I would drink again. And of course depended on the range at the supermarket at the time. And it'd be interesting to actually try this in a Brewdog bar as well, to see if any flavours come out, because I'm not sure if they do that sort of live version of this one like they do with some of the other beers. I'm so out of touch with British craft brewing. But yeah, 8 out of 10. Very solid beer indeed. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Are you a fan of Brewdog? What version of their lager are you a fan of, or did you not like it at all? What are some of your favourite lagers? Just bombard me in the comments down below. Of course, check out my Brewdog playlist. Got a few beers uploaded, and there's going to be many to come, I assure you, just from the local supermarkets alone. Like I said at the start, if any of my friends or fellow beer tubers have reviewed it, then their links will be included down below. Check out Brewdog. Check out my supermarket playlist as well, because the supermarkets are on point when it comes to the beer ranges for me. And yeah, I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. So thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers. Prost. Yeah, I think we'll end on Prost. See you later.